Right, so this is Orangutan Soap that we launched as a charitable item in February. There was 14,600 pieces made. That's how many orangutans are left in the wild at last count. When we first found out that we were launching this soap was sometime in December. When I found out about that, the first step that I take is to go to the template that I have set up on TeamGantt, and I duplicate that to set up a new project. And then each of the subgroups that I have here are a different type of launch. So I would duplicate this and then delete the subgroups that I don't need. My next step would be to add the soap production teams from the Vancouver factory and the Toronto factory. We already have all of the support staff on this template, so I don't have to add them each time. And then the production room that needs to see it are the only people who need to be added. The next thing that I would do is I would set up a section for issues and then rename all of the subgroup headings and the name of the project. I then worked with our distribution teams to figure out when are the products going to be landing in stores, which is usually by 2 days before a window starts, so that if anything were to go a little bit wrong with shipping, we still have time to get some product out to a store. With that in mind, we knew that we could start production as early as January 16th in order to have this out, which still allowed us time for test batches, and our essential components, raw materials, molds, would all be arriving in time for test batching. Next steps would be to create the sections or subgroups for the production rooms. So here's our soap and massage room in Toronto. Each of their key dates were put into their subgroup, and their team members were tagged on those. So we've got the manager of the department, the manager in training of the department, and a general room email user, so that the other key people in the room all have access under one login, and it's less people for me to tag and less accounts to manage. Then we have our distribution and our digital subgroups. So each of the distribution teams will know when they're expecting product, when they're expected to start shipping, and when they need to have their product in the stores by in order for us to go on sale for that window date. Every Monday we have a production meeting where the managers in training, some room representation from anyone from inventory controllers, production planners, team leads, and then also the factory managers, some buying and procurement representation, and other support staff all get together. We have a meeting to review what's happening in the business, and we use TeamGantt as a way to create an agenda. Since I label all of our Gantt charts with the date that they're launching, it keeps it chronological, which helps us to sort the items as we run through it. We can do it chronological, which is, I believe, the way that we all think, as Gantt charts basically lead that way chronologically. It's nice to have your agenda that way as well. Using TeamGantt has been a way to standardize the type of information that we are sharing with the different departments, and the user interface is a lot cleaner than using a spreadsheet, and I really appreciate the two-way communication, how people who are tagged in a task can communicate to me through the program by making comments or by updating their progress. Then I can see where we're at against a target, and it's really valuable that way, instead of having to email them or instant message with them to see where they're at. I can just come on here and check.